Okay, in this video we are going to be looking at outstandings. So, having created your invoices and your credit notes in this software, you may wish to record how much is still outstanding to be paid to you. First thing is, in column C, you can record the date that you sent emails. This is not directly used by the outstandings, but can be useful. For example, you may wish to record that this one was sent on the 11th of February, even though the invoice is dated the 10th. And we can put in some dates for these as well. And it may also be useful, instead of using a draft invoice, that you prepare an invoice like this one here, dated the 10th of February, but you don't send it until you know for sure that it's correct. And so this one might have been sent on the 18th of February. So that's useful information, which is entirely optional, but you can use that. In terms of outstandings, you have two columns, column A and B here, date paid and amount if part paid. So if we say this first invoice here was paid on the 24th of February, and we might say that this one here was paid on the 1st of March, and it was only part paid, 200 of it was paid. What you can see up here is the total that's unpaid, which is, in this case, those two, which add up to 0, plus 800 plus 500 is 1300, take away the 200 that's part paid equals 1100. You can also see some other figures here, total and showing. And the showing, these two figures here under showing, apply to the filters. So if, for example, we wanted to filter out all those that were from Mr. Smith, you would see that although the total is still 2,300, what is showing is 1,000, some of those three there. And in this case here, whilst the total of part paid is 200, there's nothing actually showing. The total is 0. So the showings apply to the filters. These three figures here are totals. Let's remove that filter. So we know what's been paid and what's been part paid, and this might be a very long list by now. We can go to the Outstandings tab and we can do Update. What this does is it says it's done, and it's sorted the data by to, then by email, in case there's more than one email address for the same client, and then by number, invoice number. So you can see it's K. Smith, and these two from Mr. Smith, and that one from Mr. Smith. That's what's outstanding. You can see the same figures at the top here, 1100 unpaid, but it's filtered out for us from the complete list here, just those that are outstanding or partially outstanding. And then we can chase the outstanding amount. We can create a nice little invoice. So let's say we wanted to chase for this one here, £800. We can do chase outstandings. It asks us first if we want to update. In this case we don't, because we've only just done it. And we can now have three choices. We can prepare an email for the current row only, so just chasing for that one invoice. For the current client only, so if we want the 2 lines above, both for Mr. Smith, it would prepare an email for those 2 lines, or for all listed. So in this case it would prepare 3 emails, one for K. Smith, one for Mr. Smith, and one for Mrs. Smith. You can even get it to send it direct to your outbox, but we're going to just prepare the email so that we can edit it. So for the moment we'll do current row only, and we'll run, and it's prepared an email here to Mrs. Smith at smith.com, subject outstanding amounts. Dear payables, our records show the following is outstanding. Invoice number 8, dated the 8th of February for 800. Total outstanding 800. Please send payment as soon as possible and contact me if there are any problems. Thank you. So that is an email that we can edit if we wish, or we can just hit send. If we were to go to the one above, do chase outstandings here. Let's say we're going to update it. That's fine, we've updated it. Current client only. We run. It prepares an email here for Mr. Smith, but records show the following. Invoice number 2, dated that for 800. Credit note number 4, dated that for 800. Total outstanding 0. And if we finally do the one above, do chase outstandings, we won't update this time. Current row only. Run. You can see it says invoice number 5, total 500, part paid 200. Total outstanding is 300. You'll notice this one goes to K. Smith outstandings at abc.com. So if we go back to our spreadsheet and have a look. Whilst the invoice was originally sent to K Smith, that's been overridden by the fact that we've got for that client K Smith outstandings at abc.com to chase for outstandings. So you can update this whenever you wish, there's no harm done, and you can use the chasing facility if you wish. The email that's created, if I just do chase outstandings one more time here, no, or current client only, it'll still be just that one item, of course. All of this you can configure. This part here you can configure. Whatever comes afterwards you can configure. The part you can't is this part, which is system generated, the list and the totals. You can change the email subject here, and as we've seen, you can control who it's sent to. And if you wanted to, you could even type in a copy here before you copy at smith.com, for example, before you hit send. Okay, so we'll close that down. We won't save it. We'll send it, of course. And that is how you can use this to monitor what's unpaid and to chase for outstandings.